The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Marcus Reynolds stood before the assembled representatives of 47 species. His proposal had been met with what could only be described as horrified disbelief. You want to do what? The Vraxian delegate's translator struggled to convey the appropriate level of shock. Its crystalline body pulsed with agitated colors. Establish a colony on Oceanus 7, Marcus repeated calmly. It's a water world with excellent potential for death, interrupted the Krell representative, its 4 eyes widening in genuine concern. Human Marcus, do you not understand? Water worlds are classified as Class 5 death zones. No sentient species can survive on such hellish planets. Marcus suppressed a smile. This wasn't the first time humanity's unique characteristics had surprised their galactic neighbors. With respect, we've reviewed the data. Oceanus 7 has breathable atmosphere above the water, stable weather patterns, and the water, human Marcus. The elderly Thornback delegate rose from its seat, its concern overriding diplomatic protocol. How can you possibly survive? The surface moves constantly, threatening to pull anything down into the crushing depths. There's no solid ground for structures. And the liquid itself, it shuddered, it seeps into everything, corroding, destroying, drowning. Actually, Marcus said, pulling up a holographic display, humans have a rather unique relationship with water. May I demonstrate? Before anyone could object, he activated a video feed from Earth. The council members watched in growing horror as humans dove beneath ocean waves, their bodies cutting through the water with practiced ease. Children splashed in pools, laughing. Athletes swam laps at incredible speeds. Divers descended hundreds of feet below the surface. By the ancients, whispered the Vraxian. They're inside it. Voluntarily. Humans evolved on a water world, Marcus explained. 70% of Earth's surface is covered in oceans. We don't just tolerate water, we love it. We swim in it recreationally. We surf on its waves for fun. Some of us dive to extreme depths just for the challenge. The Krell delegate's breathing apparatus fluttered rapidly, a sign of acute anxiety. But how? How do you not dissolve? How do you breathe? How do you survive the pressure? Our bodies are approximately 60% water ourselves, Marcus said. We can hold our breath for several minutes, some trained individuals for over 20 minutes. We've developed technology to breathe underwater for hours. And as for pressure, he smiled, we've sent humans to the deepest part of our oceans, nearly 11 kilometers down, where the pressure would crush most of your species' starships. The council chamber erupted in a cacophony of shocked chirps, whistles, and warbles. Impossible, declared the Zentari observer. Our scientists have calculated that any biological organism would collapse at such depths. Human biology is remarkably resilient, Marcus continued. But that's not even the best part. We've done surveys of Oceanus 7. The water is rich with minerals and supports a thriving ecosystem. We can harvest food directly from the ocean. We can build floating cities, we've already done it on Earth. We can even construct underwater habitats. In fact, we're excited about the challenge. He pulled up architectural renderings of the proposed colony, elegant floating platforms connected by underwater tunnels, submarine vessels for transportation, massive aquaculture facilities, and research stations at various depths. You're not just proposing to survive there, the Thornback said slowly, comprehension dawning. You actually want to live there. Exactly, Marcus grinned. To humans, Oceanus 7 isn't a death zone. It's paradise. Unlimited water for drinking and agriculture. Abundant aquatic life for food. Underwater mining opportunities. Wave and tidal energy for power. And the recreational opportunities, his eyes lit up, surfing, diving, swimming, sailing. We have entire sports centered around water. The Vraxian delegate's colors shifted to a pattern Marcus had learned indicated deep thought. If this is true, if humans can truly thrive on water worlds, do you realize how many planets in the galaxy have been written off as uninhabitable? We've counted at least 234 in mapped space alone, Marcus said quietly. All dismissed as too dangerous for colonization. All completely wasted, according to current galactic thinking. The implications rippled through the council chamber. Water worlds were common, far more common than the solid surface planets most species required. They were usually rich in resources but considered utterly useless. You would have access to hundreds of worlds no one else wants, the Krell said, not with envy but with wonder. You could build an empire across the galaxy without competing with anyone for territory. We prefer to think of it as finding our niche, Marcus said diplomatically. Earth is getting crowded, and we're eager to expand. These worlds you fear, they're exactly what we're looking for. We're not trying to take anyone's planets. We just want the ones you've abandoned. The Thornback delegate made a gesture that Marcus's cultural database identified as deep respect. Human Marcus, your species never ceases to amaze us. What we see as death, you see as opportunity. What we flee from, you embrace. That's humanity for you, Marcus said with pride. We didn't become a spacefaring species by being afraid of a little water. The council voted overwhelmingly to approve humanity's colonization of Oceanus 7. As Marcus left the chamber, he overheard the Vraxian delegate speaking to the Krell. First they befriend their planetary predators and call them dogs. Then they consume toxic alkaloids for pleasure and call it coffee. Now they want to live on water worlds. What will humans do next? Marcus smiled to himself. If they thought water was impressive, wait until they heard about humanity's plans for the volcanic worlds. After all, humans had been living near volcanoes for millennia too. And they called it cozy.